all scenes of competitive right now, whether it's local, whether it's international, you're just seeing KS across the board, KS light. And the fact that, ironically, letting them keep it, they didn't need to get involved at all. But we go forward into our next head-to-head, and it is going to be PSAD taking on KZ. Opted to go and gatekeep the final vault. I don't blame them, to be completely honest. But there were times where PSAD were winning those fights. They were taking those initial engagements. They were spawn camping them, for Christ's sake. There was so much in terms of effort being made by PSAD that they were chipping away at Goliath very, very slowly. We're going to return straight back into it, though. Another match here on Sizz for what could be PSAD's uproar here against KZ. They have tap in their favor. Vault 1's going to be theirs to kick things off, and Yuchi and co going to be making their way in slowly behind to contest Vault number 1.
So just a reminder, because I forgot the rules briefly, whatever map you play on the previous cash out, you play next in the head-to-head. And talking of play next in a head-to-head, Proto, it is a full rematch. The last time they faced against each other, it was a 2-1 on Sis Horizon. So we are going back to the business, going head-to-head, seeing if there can be a turn of events. Yuchi gets the first, Midstar finds a trade to go back at them. And now comes that stalemate. Heavy versus a heavy light. We know Yuchi's quite dangerous if you leave him out in the open for a bit too long. A little bit of tap damage, but has to run away. Thankfully, all three are back on their feet. Well, all six if you want to be precise. It's just seeing who is going to drop and where can you push to make this damage work.
PSAD were in a really good spot considering they found the opener there, especially on one of the heavies, but unfortunately they couldn't find Yuchi, and they're now struggling to land some shots. PSAD have also lost someone in the moment. Make it 2. Raikou, now the last alive. He's going to maybe get away with a totem, but realistically, wiping here is probably the smart idea. He's going to go for 1. You can't really blame him. He's going to not ultimately get it in the end at all anyway. A gun does survive. They will be able to go for that full reset here, as PSAD are ultimately now waiting on the respawn. It's not the worst start. And to be honest, I thought they were going to win that initial altercation. They had one down. They had really low HP on Yuchi. They were really in that driving seat. They had the seatbelts on and everything, but just couldn't quite capitalize enough on the low HP. They couldn't find the kills they needed to, but they're going to actually intercept here before one even gets plugged. Riku has given them the ability to get there quick. It is going to go in, unfortunately, before they can get too active on the point. But, saying so, they're here. They're ready to play.
Not a strong RPG. Bit of a waste. Trying to use it at range. You want to be going at a downwards angle to get the most efficiency out of the RPG. But now you're all close personal. Again, trades back and forth. We're seeing this time and time again. King Zero getting those opening picks. But as it continues to go through, Holy Rice will say thank you, sir. As it got all too close and personal. And this really is turning into a bit of a grudge match. I don't know if they heard us say about the revenge story.
Oh, I'm going to float it out here. It was close, but it wasn't quite Busel. Holy Rice.
No. You don't even get airtime anymore. I'm kicking you off the desk for that.
Hey,
that is
as
terrible.
I said, it was close, but it was no Busel.
No,
it was a clutch. It was a clutch. It was a clutch. You got to give him that. You got to give him that. Head to heads, it's everything's at stake here. PSAD especially. I mean, come on. KZ, our top dogs, they're in our lower bracket head-to-head match right now. Who would have thought this is what we were going to be seeing in Cycle 3? But it is, mind you, PSAD kicking things off. They want to try and get Yuchi. They've spotted him. They know where he is. Midstar keeps going down really early in these fights, and it's hurting them. It's hurting them a lot. Losing that heavy quick isn't great. They've managed to lock in a kill for their own. They're pretty good on these trades as well, but Soranke actually going for a steal. Leaving his light to do the kiting. He's going to find one with a visual aggro. Manages to get away. Doesn't quite grab the totem in time, though. He's spotted now by Yuchi as well. Will he get another? No, not quite. The gun drops on down, says hello, and ultimately KZ are going to lock in the first. It's definitely pretty close. It's neck and neck, I'd argue, at the moment.
Okay,
a little bit more towards KZ.
Yeah, a little bit more towards KZ. First two fights, 100% I agree. The King Zero, P-Side, you literally are looking at a hair to see what is the difference between the two. But that last push just felt so uncoordinated. It felt very Hail Mary when they had time. Individual pushes, individual steals, no. It just did not make sense when they should have gone for more damage, try and at least get one more of King Zero to be dropped before that push goes through. Raikou is the first to get dropped down. And once again, King Zero finding these opening fights, P-Side left low. And all the hype we're giving them almost being sucked away from them. Because we've said how good that P-Side is against these top 5. It's just not showing right now.
No, and I don't think that's telling of the entire narrative, considering that, you know, we've just started. And you do have to remember that as well. You have the ability for a full play day to still happen. We haven't seen everything yet. This is only the beginning. No one goes home from this. It is not the end of PSAD's story. They will progress. It's not going to end. And ultimately, I think there is still room for them to make something happen. Whether or not it is anything relevant, we'll find out. But I think, yeah, they just got a little overzealous in those first couple, last fight especially. Yuchi very low. And again, they're great at getting this early damage. They're finding good positioning in terms of finding the players that they need to hit, which is that light. They have to get him off the board, especially with that LH1. But they make mistakes like this, leaving Raikou behind, and he gets picked off. Ultimately, straight 2v3. Heavies with not much healing. It's not looking good as KZ go for the 8.
Got to finish it off now. Smart move from P-Side to stay close together, try and double up with their power and health. And now they're going to stall for time. Yep. Make that clock run down a bit further. This will allow one push for P-Side. But again, little mistakes. Raikou left behind. You need to be looking up because that's such a common position that Yuchi was sitting in. Everyone knows that you look up at heaven, you see the glass ceiling, and someone is probably going to be up there. That's been there since the map was introduced, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the fourth map to get introduced. Yes. So season 4, no, season 2. Someone's going to correct me now and be like, no, it was a much later.
All this theory crafting for what? We're staring down the barrel of a KZ-20. We've got one attempt here from P-Sad. Dropped on down, not surfing it. He's been taken out, though. Raikou finds one. Will they be able to make it happen? Yuli Rice low, but no. There's not enough time in the world, even if everyone magically fell over and died. KZ are going to walk away with 2-0. Tragically, in the rematch, P-Sad were not quite with it. They found
capable of more. I know they can fight better, but King Zero just had their number, and all of it, I would probably say, led to Yuchi. And again, that brilliant positioning. Then the two heavies staying close with each other, playing that buddy system, able to apply. You said 110 on the KS. How about 220? When things get all close and personal, immediately Yuchi's there, gets up and into the fight as well, doesn't play out and left behind,